this car here. Now this car, I was fixing it up for my son. He bought the car. It's his car. I was just turning the wrenches for him. He's not that interested in that. In turning wrenches, he likes it a bit, but you know how that goes. Either you're like a guy like me that just drive yourself crazy with it or not. Yeah, he can let it go some anyways. But we bought this car pre-pandemic, let's call it, and it was kind of a barn find car. It's in since I think 2010 or something. It was parked inside a barn. We'll see, put some pictures up and maybe picture show here. But the car is really straight, and the car is 5.7 V8. It's not a 307 or any of those other strange ones, right? But anyways, take a walk over here. Got 4 brand new tires for it we bought. I was just getting it ready to do. I leave them outside and everything, right in the snow. When I take care of my stuff. But anyways, we have 4 brand new, never installed tires for the car. The hubcaps are in the trunk too. I took the hubcaps off of it when we got it. There's a brake line or something we need to change, some shoes I think too. Anyways, the lock was not in the car, it was missing, so we drilled out the center, took the caps off. They're in the trunk, they can go back on. But anyways, I'm starting to notice that the car's well, starting to show its age for sure. Once again, we live here in the ocean, but starting to show her age. But the bottom of this car is in really nice shape, and the car's in good shape yet, for sure. Up here, I think the old inspection sticker's on it. We're out here in the snow. Somebody saved it in a barn all that time and everything, and I have it parked out here in the driveway all winter. But I think it's getting wet inside. And of course we know it is getting wet inside because, well, we're looking at the windows there and they're fogged up. It's not just that on there. So her last inspection sticker. So yeah, like we're saying there, we just cut off. Anyways, but yeah, like I was saying there, it's August 2011 was the last time I was on the road. Now I known this car for a long time, and it actually wasn't on the road up until then. It's from the other town up the road in Mapo, where a big tree is there, big Cherries Auto family tree. Anyhow, this car's from there. I've always known the car. I thought it was like one of them Oldsmobile 307 fellas, or one of them other different engines. I never knew that it was a actual 350 in it, like a 5.7. So stayed away from it and all that. Then my son seen it and he's like, oh, I want that car. I got the money. I want to go buy it. I was like, I don't know. Right. Then we went and we looked at it, and I seen that there was the 350 V8 in it. And I mean, look inside of it. It's a beautiful car. We all seen it. You all seen it on Cherries Auto before. When we gave her the little test on the road there. Yeah, that's just when I was going to go ahead and put our tires on over there. So most of my cars come with dead batteries that I'm charging all the time. They're never that old, but you know, you buy a new one for the rig and then you sit around and they all go dead. These are for battery, so I put them in there all the time. But she comes with her own vice grips. Most of my rigs, they got a pair of vice grips or pliers or channel locks somewhere's under the hood. Have her battery in. Have the digital dash. So back to my horrible math, it's 82,000 miles that are on it, because you can put it in Canadian or American. I don't think that that's the right way to put that, but oh, we're turning over. We're turning over again. She usually starts 3 times. So I have the key here, but that doesn't work. We're running her off the button right here. Push her in, put your power ahead, the button on. There's our cold start. She's cold. She's missing quite a bit because she's probably sucking water in there, I think. Yeah. And the timing's probably off. She's running. They only run better, of course, like any of them. I thought about taking off that there old throttle body fuel injection and going back to, you know, Holly carburetor or Eldebrock. There's no noise coming out that exhaust barely, so that's going to have to get way louder for sure. Probably duals. I figure we may as well start the car up and let you hear. Let's open the trunk, actually. What am I thinking? Everybody wants to see in the trunk of the Cadillac. I got some junk in there. Because literally, I've been dragging the car around and this and that since the last couple of years. At first, my young fella, like I was saying before, wanted to just drive it the way it was, and I kind of wanted that, but he's used to driving trucks, so I figured a big car wouldn't be so bad. But yeah, inside here is a mess. But I have her original starter, you know, that's why she's got a button now. We have a problem in the ignition. There's nothing wrong with that starter, but I put a new one on it. Start throwing the parts at her. But we had it around, actually, so yeah. And there's the original housing. Remember we were talking about that alternator and power steering that we changed there? That's a different size. This is a different height, so we'll fix that up properly, put the proper hose on it. And here is our hubcaps for the car, you know, because they're necessary. But people like them smoked hubcaps for sure. Everything works in the car, so it would be a sin. And I was watching on one, I don't know if you do that when you're on YouTube, if you should be throwing out other channels' names or whatever, but I seen a guy that had a Cadillac. It was an 81, I think, and he was trying to do the diagnostics. So in here he was saying press this and this, and then it would reset everything, and look, I'm right to zeros like it's supposed to. So that does what it's supposed, what he was looking for it to do, and his computer is not working or cooperating, I guess. Let's get wet. We'll put my hood up. Let's see if we'll get wet here with our sunroof opening. I'm brave. Let's look inside the tracks there. It's just like I say, that this car works real nice. So I would love to take off this vinyl top, and then I keep on looking at this trim ring here. And look, it's got rivets in it. Can you see that? Yeah, little rivets there around it. But that's okay. We could drill them out, I guess, and then just go ahead and put little screws back in, just for around here at the vinyl that's holding in the vinyl. So there you go. Took this off, but I guess we could probably get the chrome to go back on to that part, but we might not even want that. Who cares? We're going with the black theme. Look, we started. So that's gonna be fun. Well guys, here we are. We started. I got a bit of rust down here. You know, that's the concerns. I don't want to be keeping all this here rust hanging in, and I want the car to be more custom, so it's not original, so it's not worth any money. Weird as that sounds, it is what it is. I can always make it original again, right? But yeah, this comes off. It's not easy. Look at all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just don't show where that came from. I bet most of you do. And if you don't, look into it. Yeah. Well, here we are. It's with the sun. We're going to give her another crack over, but we did start at it. Like we were talking about. This guy off here. Yeah, it's holding too much water in and stuff. Look down there, rotting up the door and stuff. Yeah, came off there. Look at all the rest it's hiding. Anyhow, we had a bit of rest up here. It's not terrible, right? We got to do this now, because if we don't do it now, decisions had to be made. We have to do something now. But yeah, a little crack there, but it's not looking too bad. But back here, this is a panel, I guess it comes off there. But see, she's holding in the water, something fierce there. We took it off. That is just a darling of a piece to take off for sure. Yeah, but look, it's not doing us any favors by keeping this vinyl roof on anyhow, one way and or the other. We'll fix that up. We'll figure something out to doll it up, and I like the window being bigger like that, but I think on the inside where the plastic is, you still kind of see that from the back window, right? But I wonder what my son's gonna think when he sees I'm tearing apart his car out in the driveway like I am, and it's not down in the shop or any of that kind of thing. But but yeah, look, we have to get at it. He's not doing it, so we may as well do it, right? Well, not that he's that interested in it. It's like we were talking before, you got the sickness or you don't. But this is a good old car, and I enjoy driving it too. You know, even if your friends are getting married or something, cool to take them in this thing once she's all dolled up. But yeah, that back window, honestly, I think it looks much better when it's larger than the other way. It's still going to be the same way looking out the back of it, but from the outside looking in, it looks better. Neato. You take this piece off. All the chrome as much as possible that we don't need. We'll be debadging it. All that stuff. But yeah, so I may as well do something with it. Take all these off too. Look at the chrome. It's like there's chrome there, like, no chrome, just paint, and then it's just a nightmare to paint factory original, I bet. Big money. Well, it's not just because of the skill level, it's the time that a person will be putting into the prep in a car like this. Got to get these off too. Open up the door pretty good. I have a feeling that we're down, you know what I'm saying. So this morning, it's windy. It's Boxing Day. That's okay. But we got into the Cadillac yesterday. It's the next day. And yeah, we started taking off of our vinyl top. I was seeing rust coming down out of here somewhere, so I was really worried that she was super rotten there, which she's not. But I think what we were seeing is right here in the seam. You know that seam that goes back here? We know that. I'd say that unsealed. So find some rust there. The bottom of the door, look, rusty crusty's there. But yeah, we're gonna get that vinyl top off her today. And all these here, fellas, don't know how to get them off the fender, but we'll find out. The doors, they always like to chrome on the bottom. These here 10 mils, right? So I'm assuming this here one's for the top. Maybe it's just, I'm assuming a couple of things here because I haven't taken apart one of these like we're going to. I always was more for the Cadillacs, but look, she's getting rusty. It's not rot in there or nothing, but it's getting rusty, and none of that's going to make it any better. So we're going to make her black, I think. I don't know if it's black or not, but we're going to make it a different color. It's going to be a solid color. I think all of the plastic, all the trim, the vinyl roof, it's all coming off of it. All of the badges, everything coming off of it. Well, this guy is part of the Miro, so I think it's not neat though. It is neat, but it's going to stay on there. Yeah, that's where we're at. We'll peel off that roof, and then we're going to try to take off that molding down there and get that stuff away from it, because it's all holding water. Look at the top. Our worst rust is right at the top, and when I take it off, you'll see. Yeah, but the interior is just beautiful in that car. So it's the next morning. We dug into the roof a little bit. I was seeing rust coming down in and around this area, so we got into it, but we're not rotten. Give her the old patented smack test. You guys like that? So here we are, right there. A little bit of rust. But what we're going to do today, we're going to take off these trims. Look at that trim, it's just there in the middle. Just there in the middle of nowhere, so to say. I just went crazy with the trim. So she runs right down here and along the hood up here to the front. So that'll be coming off. And then on the bottom here, where this stuff is rotting the doors off on us. Doors aren't rotten yet, we can still fix them. But, you know, they're rusty. White vehicles always look more rusty, right? But this car is in good shape. There's no need in letting her fall down. The appraisal thing is crazy, but maybe it'll come down when it's a customized, ruined black car. Or whatever solid color we painted. Once again, we are outside. So I apologize for the wind, of course. But yeah, we're taking off some more chrome off of her. And garbage that she does not need. We'll be taking all these off, like I said, and everything. But we went around the front windshield so far. I just figured this is a great time to show you. Look at all the gooks hanging around, and it's all wet in there. See, the car started getting a little wet on the floor. A couple little spots. On top will rot your car right down through the bottom, right through the frame. Anyways, look, we're seeing a lot of this moisture inside the car. That means the car's wet inside, of course, and well, you just tell. Look at it. She's running down here, I believe, and getting in there because our carpet right over here. Well, as you can see, she's wet, right? So get something done. I think it's getting in here. Oh, this thing's gonna look terrible by the time we get all the chrome and... Well, I'm gonna have to set you guys up, not today, but I'm gonna have to set you up on the tripod and let you watch and see what I do. See, a lot of it is that thing right there. What do you all listen to when you are doing your work? Guess what I listen to? You'll never guess. No, you can probably guess them all and they're all right. I'm a big fan of pop country. Anyways, taking off the vinyl roof. So we found this guy. And we found this guy. And this is really why vinyl roofs are really a bad idea. But on the upside of this, I was probably going to take it off anyways, no matter what, and change it and or whatever. But the thing is once again, it's my son's car. I have a feeling it's probably going to become my car, and I'll probably have to buy him a truck or something for it. But look at that fancy red interior. Anyways, vinyl tops, hate them. Myself personally, I don't mind if people love them. That's up to them. But for me, I don't want one. And right here, look. There's a prime example why. Look at the rot in that, right? So we're going to have to cut that all out. And we're going to have to put some weldy welds on it. With some new steel in it. This car's been garage kept and barn kept and everything else too. Keep that in mind with the vinyl top. It's only really been outside for about 5 years steady. I move it around. I don't just sit it in a field, you know. Some days it's like I play valet parking around here. But look around our windshield. See, the water got in there. So we'll be wanting to pull that windshield out. Maybe put another one in it later. I don't know. But right now we're trying to get down. Well, it's not inspectable right now with that hole in it over there. I mean, it's coming along, that's for sure. But we're finding those holes. Once again, vinyl tops are not for me, and you always hear the horror stories about them and stuff. But I do know, well, I don't know, but I hear a lot that a lot of the cars that do have vinyl tops on don't have any paint underneath them. But this Cadillac does have paint underneath it, so far, that we're seeing. We took this strip off so far, but look at the rust in here, right? Like, vinyl top's got to come off of it. It will destroy the car, just like it did to so many vinyl top cars. And there's a little rubber piece in here. Doesn't that look good after the vinyl leaks some through the cracks, sun cracks? Then we put a piece of rubber in there to make sure that it really rots it out, I guess. But probably in 1991, if you had a wallet enough to buy a 91 Cadillac Detroit Elegance, you probably weren't thinking of future rust. I'm sure of that. But anyways, this is where we're at, and you can see right in there. Look inside there. And this is what I do. Like, the bottom of this car is really solid. It did stay in good shape. So yeah, we're peeling her off and all that, but Look right in here. Look at the glisten. As they're still peeling it off, look, the water's coming right out of it. It's trapped in there. So just, anyways, this vinyl top was not in top condition, but it kind of just shows us what's happening. Because look, this is pretty wet. Your drips coming down, you know? Anyways, we got our work cut out for us. Well, see that now, look. We have our work cut out for us. Especially when they're coming off in tiny little pieces. Yeah. Tiny little pieces. Well, we're coming along here, and we are finding rusty spots everywhere, like we've been talking about. But I'm really getting into her, so to say. I just broke my rotten putty knife that I took out for the job. Here's the Cadillac. We peeled the old vinyl top off of her so far today on Boxing Day here, and it's great. So yeah, we're getting her going. We're fixing her up. Took these off the hood. Look at everything that's holding behind there, all the rivets. By the way, they just slide off, but they're rusted, so they didn't get a chance to slide off, right? So anyways, we got it all around. We're getting the chrome off. Over here on the bottom, we're getting her done pretty good too, right? Right in here. A little bit of rust in there, but it's stupid. I don't know if it's stupid, but I don't know how bright it is. It's gray. Anyhow, get this off of there, because it's just collecting. Look, the water's getting in there. So we'll take all that off around the whole car. The wheel well looks really nice. She's still in good shape. She's going to need an undercoating again though. That's for sure. Sitting around too long, we'll have to give her the pressure washer and then clean up the bottom. That'll be another day. Here we are. It's the next morning. Got back bumper cover off of it. Got a little bit of rust on it anyway, so I don't know if I guess you might get color match or something. I'm gonna see. But man, I'm real happy. That plastic, so to say, because the plastic around the doors and that, I just pictured gigantic gaping holes. But we're not finding any of that. We're crusty down here for sure, 100%. And over here, 100%. Lots of crust on it. But the rockers are great shape. So, yeah. So, we're doing all right here. We'll take off the top. I'm going to use this here little scraper here, I think. Yeah. Well, guys, we're starting to get there. Anyways, had to change up the game. I went down and at the shop, and we ended up going ahead, and I took tools down to the shop too. So we'll be getting ready to go back in the shop in January. We had a couple of months off. I had to get the hardwoods for all the family members and stuff. Anyways, switched up the game. We're with the razor blade here. Yeah. So, I mean, we got a heat gun. We have different ways to take this off and everything, but just kind of showing too, at the same time, it's possible to do this at home if you're kind of patient or got a couple of friends you can talk into doing it with you or something. But when you got the razor blade here, you can just give her the push. Get that old glue off. I'm happy-ish. See, I don't want to pay the big taxes as we're saying on the old car, so we're changing the appearance of it to make it worth less. But I was pretty happy with finding, you know, the bottom of the car still together. This is pretty, I mean, she's deep. People call that surface rust, but that's through the whole steel. It's not very thick either, right? Car looks a little different now. Everything's peeled off it. A lot of the glue in that. Maybe we'll sand it up and have it ready. Might completely finish up sanding it. It's 91, so what's that, 35 years old or something. Checking my math. But yeah. Very happy with that so far. Took the pinstripe off too. There's still black there. That's kind of weird. It's not another pinstripe either because I gave her a little shaking, right? It's off the back. So, I guess probably like I was saying, start with the. I don't think it needs 80. I think 120 is fine, but there is quite a bit of burnt clear coat on her. Well, pretty much Happy New Year. But this is gross looking stuff. But here's what we're doing here. We're just scraping off a little bit of the glue. It's raining out. It's working good. So I guess we'll do it like this some. But anyways, what I was doing yesterday is all the rivets that were along here. You see them? I'll show you some down below on the doors, so you just remember them. These guys right here, taking all them off because we're not putting any chrome back on this car. No chrome, no vinyl top. You notice there's an awful welt out of the windshield here. It has to come out anyways. Look at that. Let's see if we can get you on the side angle of that sucker. Wow, how could that not be split all the way across if a fellow was driving it right now? But anyways, where are our trusty vice grips? I'll just show you what I was doing to take these guys off. I was going to grind them in the beginning. This is the first one I started with, but then we're body filling. So then I grabbed my buddies here. They helped me out with a lot of things. So then, what I've been doing, I'm going all over the car doing this. That's not tight enough. No, still not tight enough. But yeah, what I was doing, and now too tight. No, but we got her. So I'll just give her a twist, and off they come. So that's what I've been doing to take them all off. All the way around. We'll clean them up as we sand up. Like I said, I got the extension cord out right now. And we have cordless sander with our partner. But most people, when they're doing like a backyard type job like this, they got a crate and a cord and cigarette butts all over the ground apparently. But yeah, doing some sanding up with this stuff. I don't know what kind of tires these are. Let's read these tires. Off topic here, but let's just take these guys in here. All season Moto Master. So that's you know, a house brand of a certain store. Anyways, look at that dry rot in them tires. But I'll be honest, we've had this car around for before the pandemic, like I said, so 4 or 5 years, and I've never put air in them tires once. So I just thought to give a little shout out to the Moto Master tires. As promised, guys, we got plastics off, all them little clips. A little bit rusty here, not too bad though, that's for sure. Pretty bad, but not too bad. We'll fix it right up. You know, East Coast stuff, right? On the bottom. But yeah, we got all our clips off and then popped all these off of their trusty little vice grip there. And now we're going to, well, I got the glue off the roof from the vinyl top. Remember when we did that? And I'm just going to hit her with some 80 grit. 80 grit? Yeah, we'll hit her with some 80 grit. This might be the only chrome that'll leave chrome, but it's not chrome. I'll have to paint it. I'll scrape it up some. I'd like to kind of take it out. Anyways, thinking too far ahead. Let's sand it. See the difference between the white here and the baked clear coat? We'll see what kind of a difference we can get out of that. Yeah, white baked clear coat. It's chilly outside. Coveralls on and the old wood coat. But yeah, we're going to give her sand down now. These guys, how do they come off of there? I keep forgetting about them every time. Oh, they just slide right off. Regular. Car's not in bad shape though. Wow, she's dirty inside with all the stuff in it right at the moment. That battery's hanging in there, dead as a nit. I'll keep some of the interior lights on. Well, here we go, guys. Let's do some more sanding. Here we are. I don't know. I cracked in him, went down and got us some body filler and some primer. 2 cans. Oh, 26 bucks. Ooh, expensive right there. Expensive. This is what it is, right? But we got some razors. So what I've been doing, I was just sanding on this. Came pretty smooth for us. Right? Then over here, as you can see, we're saying it's coming pretty smooth, but there's a little bit of glue there, right? From the vinyl top. Which, guess what? It's never getting a vinyl top again. We know that. So what I've been using is these razors here, right? But not completely by hand there. But it seems to work good for the glue. Let's get one loaded up here. So, yeah, got to get into the glue a bit. You know what I was just doing? I was watching it through the camera instead of looking at it on the car. Look at that, right? See what I'm saying? You don't look through it through the camera / Samsung Galaxy / it's snowing and we're doing body work outside. I didn't know it was going to snow. But I guess it's all part of March 18th, eh? So you gouge it in, that's no good. But our high primer eventually catch up with that. So that's what I'm going to do. Scrape it all off like that. The glue. And I don't know what it is about these razors. And I noticed this, a long time ago when I was an early apprentice, that they scrape better one direction than the other. One gouges in, see? This will gouge right into it. One way will gouge in, and the other way will cut nice. Don't know what that is. Seems like the blade is the same. If someone knows, they can let me know. Not losing any sleep over it, don't get me wrong. So we're going to scrape this Cadillac down, the glue off the roof. Good times. Good times only. But, see, old dirty glue. Hi guys. Look at this. Anybody else do body work in the snow? Probably not. I don't normally do it like that myself. But anyways. Now there's an example of, it's not even surface rust. Look, it's all pitted in there. It's in there. But it's surface rust. That can count as surface rust. What we got up there in the front corner, not surface rust. But here's the top coming along. There's one side unscraped with the glue. We're all scraped up here and smoothed out right along here. We're running 120 paper there. Not going to have much more time today to work at it. I'll have to clean up here. Got a young fella that only does half days at school right now, so I'll have to go pick him up at 12:30. This is the car on this side, looking pretty good. Not really, looking awful, but they always got to look awful before they look better. All the holes are clogged, won't go into the filter. Let's turn it on for a quick second. Press the button here. Oh, you know, I can usually do this in the dark when it comes on. Right here. I'm gonna run across the line for you. I'll be screaming at you. Oh, look at that. I wish you could smell it. That old burnt clear coat coming right off there. Does this count as wet sanding? When it's out snowing? Right there though. up to you if you want to do it. Look at that. Trying to do something there. Oh, watch my marker light. Oh boy. Too deep on this. Look at the thing here. The signal light. I don't touch it. See if we can get a line going. No, still pretty dirty yet. That old clear coat really bakes on it. But that's how you do it. You just go back and forth, one way and the other way. Then you don't end up with tiger stripes later. That's what I heard. I'm not sure if it's true, but yeah, over here, look at that. We went ahead and we got ourselves, this is not from the body shop. This is from the hardware store. 20 bucks for a pack of that. So most people can get something like that going. I'm just trying to do this one budget too, right? We're bringing down the values of the car, but we're not really, man. This thing is really smoothing out. It really and truly is. Yeah. So we're just going to continue saying that. Look at the burnt old clear coat on it. This side here, look at it. And then over here, that's clear coat that we're sanding off there, right? When you get that dirty film on the car, that's clear coat. You can see right there. Yesterday we sanded her down, and look at that dirty clear coat on that side. The clear coat sanded off this side. Half the car, not half the car, we got quite a bit of the fender sanded up, some of the door. So I'm just going to continue on going. We're going to sand. Get these guys off of there too yet. We'll just buzz them off somehow. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Kind of crusty down there, eh? I do got a little filler with me too, but I like to take them courtesy lights off the inside and disconnect them all together right now. I'll do that later. Let me get inside the car, cleaning it up. I have a dirty hole here, but I'll fix that up. I'll fix it up. Yeah, that windshield really has to come out. She's all leaking the whole way around it. But like I was saying, that welt that's in her, unbelievable. I get a nick from a tiniest pebble and a grain of sand, really, and the windshield is a spider. Big chunk out of this one and not a crack across it. Guess what it is though, it's getting wet in there. It's gonna, yeah, here we are. I'm feeling well, here we are. We scraped off quite a bit. We're ready to sand. Been around that pretty good. Started pulling this off the front here. Not quite as bad as the other side, but just terrible. Same as the other side ish. Windshield will have to come out of there. Just don't want to take it out here in the driveway though. Anyways, we're not going to do that, but you know what? I'm feeling really, really adventurous. I think we're going to cut them drip rails off. That'll just smoothen out the car even a little bit more. The hood, we were white on this side after we sanded, then all that nasty clear coat over here, we sanded up. This thing is, I don't know. See, I don't know. The Cadillac is starting to come together some. I'm starting to, I almost feel like keep on going, get all that there white fixed up, and I don't know, patina job. No, I'll be gonna paint the whole thing. See, it's a little bit too far gone on the bottom of the doors on the outside to make patina. Maybe not though, I don't know. But anyways, we're sanding around. I forgot about that little hole that we have over here, but you know, I guess we've been at it. We were at it a couple of months ago, so we have that little hole, this hole, this guy, then over here we have that mess that we're all familiar with. But really, the rest of it it's looking pretty good. We're not too many holes, but look. Oh boy, she is straight. No, she's a mess, but it's gonna look all right, I think. Oh yeah. The more I sand, the more I take off it, the more I'm liking it. It's my son's car. But I don't think he really cares about it too much anymore. I might have to get him another one. We'll probably be swapping, but maybe not. But anyways, I don't think he really cares about it as he did when he first got it. He wanted to keep it all original stuff, and I don't really like original stuff. I like original stuff if it's original. Why would I lie to you? So I don't like original stuff, actually. I always like something a little bit different. So, the Cadillac is definitely coming along. Here's our trunk lid. We've got quite a bit going there. These will come off. Fix that up. That rust, of course we'll be cleaning it before we're down to it. We'll still probably sand it. Oh God, once we I'm gonna say 3 more times. We're probably gonna, once we have it all down to it looks good, no, it'll still look bad, and then we'll do probably the whole car in 120, 220, 320, like I said, and then I think we'll paint it. Because there's a bit of work to do yet. I'm not loving the mirrors or the door handles, and like I said, these are part of those dry rot weather strips there for the windows. Sorry, I started looking at that down in there. A little wet down in there even. See? All that stuff just chrome in the 80s. Anyways, cars straightening out. Let's come back here. Get her in the frame. Yeah, she's straightening out. Look at that line there at the top of the tail light going. I just found before too, I'm going to say this, and I think we can all agree, that there was just too much going on. It was too busy. Chrome, plastic, and then the pinstripe on it. There's just a lot going on. Plus her hubcaps. I don't know. But yeah, look at us. We're getting straightened right out here. I feel like a brave man. No. But I'm going to try to cut them drip rails off and see what happens. Guess this is the one. Still need to take that off. And didn't show you, but had one of my nephews there bend off the antenna. So that was nice. But yeah, look at it. What a difference. This thing is straightening out and flattening out. It's looking like a, I don't know. I keep on mentioning too, those three blocks there, holes or whatever in the bumper, like we talked about up on the fender of the old Buicks and Pontiacs and that beautiful stuff. Well, once again, here we go. Well, all those things I always say. I don't know why I do that. Much apologies. There's the drip rail. There's the grinder. There's rust dust all over the roof there. We'll have to sand it and clean it up 20 more times, but we went 120, 220 on her. Probably going to do 220 again, and then 320 before we paint it, but there's still lots of bodywork to do. But look at what we're at over here. I'm a brave man. I don't know about that, but look at this. We're chopping off the drip rails, just like I promised. And it's smoothing out. Gonna have to wash all that off though. It's gonna rust more. So we'll do that. Take the drip rail off. I want to get one off at least today. See how it goes. But back of the car sanded up pretty nice. Didn't do the panel there on the back. We'll get her done, like I said. But man, the car is smoothing out. I don't think smoothing is a name or a word. But anyways, the body lines are coming out, and we're getting the drip rail off it. Wonderful news. couple of tacks, a little bit of work on it, and we'll have her all back together. Looking good. Looking real good. Will be maybe a little bit of welding, and of course we got to get all this stuff here that's exposed, cover it back up. But we like the wine. It looks good from the bottom. Of course it's going to need to be dressed up and all that. We're loving it. I'm loving it anyways. Yeah, that gives the car a much better look. And those are a couple of repairs at the windshield and the back, behind the back door there. Definitely will come along easier like that. I always wanted to do this, always too scared to. Better not open the roof until it's time. But we'll just go ahead and we'll put a little vice grip on there. Little pss, pss, all along. Clean it up. She'll be good to go. I find it making it look much better. Anybody else use hardwood blocks of wood to stand on here and there and jack up with? Got ramps and other stuff, you know, jack standing and whatnot, but at the time of guys, benches and that, standing on blocks of wood. Yeah, like, subscribe, and share, please. We are coming along on this Cadillac, and HG, let's make a one of a kind. Not too extreme, but one of a kind. Thanks for watching.